Morning.
Morning.
Candlelighting tonight is at 7:39. Plag Mincha will be at 6:15. Bisman Mincha will be at 7:50. And last night we counted 20 in the Omer. Now for a very brief of our Torah. This week's Parsha Kedoshim has some economic advice for the Jewish people. First of all, to be honest in business and, for instance, to pay your workers in a timely fashion as you've agreed to pay them. Whereas if they're daily workers, they get paid every day, you have to pay them before the night comes. When you make a business deal, you have to honor the business deal. Immediately after that, the Torah goes into how you should love your neighbor. And the two are connected. If you don't love your neighbor, you'll cheat him. And if you treat your neighbor, then it's a sign. And by being honest in business, it's showing a love for your neighbor. The other part tells you about having accurate weights and measures, and immediately followed by the prohibition about Moloch. In other words, if you cheat your neighbor, the Torah is putting them together by saying, if you cheat your neighbor, it is as if you're sacrificing your children to Moloch, because your children will see that you're cheating, and therefore will cheat themselves and then not follow the Torah. I will actually go the exact opposite way. Sort of like it's very interesting that there was an economist who, from the Austrian School of Economics by the name of Friedrich Hayek, who himself was agnostic. He openly stated that he was agnostic. But he said, for an economic system to really operate correctly, you have to have a religious population. So here's an agnostic identifying that religion is important to the economics, and not just any religion, but a religion that stresses morality and ethics, like the Torah. So it's very interesting that he could see that. The Torah stresses this throughout. That if you're dishonest in business, it'll destroy the nation from within. So think about Kaddish Rabbanim.